All right, we are recording, and oh, I got a whole bunch of gobbledygook behind me. I'm gonna have to. I'll erase that in a minute. I was teaching another training this morning, but guys, this is Knolly Success Coaching, and I'm super duper excited that myself and my co-host Artemis. By the way, I need to make you a co-host, Artemis. So I need to remember to do that, so you can share your screen, or maybe you can already. Anyway, we'll figure that out. But guys, this is the inaugural. Okay, this is the debut Knolly Success Coaching. This is something that, you know, the Holy Spirit put on my heart. And I still remember, I was in the car and we were actually parked, and I called Artemis. I said, man, I feel like I'm getting tugged to make this thing free. Because originally I was going to launch this thing for $397 a month, okay, $400 a month. And I think it had been an exceptional value compared to everything else out there that I've seen. But it's always my endeavor to bring you guys stuff that for free, that's better than anything out there that you could even pay for. It's always been, and Artemis, I know it's his heart too. We're big givers. God has blessed us richly over the years, and we want to pay it forward, pay it back. And when COVID-19 hit, it really was the perfect excuse for us to just say, you know what, let's do this. And we're still feeling our way around. Like, a lot of this really doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, why, you know, but we're just being obedient. That's what we're doing. We're being obedient to the call that God has placed on our life to help you guys, to help you. And we're all helping each other. It's not just us helping you, we're helping each other. So a couple of things I wanted to mention real quick. What you're getting, just so you got, because this is the inaugural one, you're going to get a weekly Zoom call just like this. Now, I say weekly. Weekly is a relative term. We'll probably do this 3 to 4 times a month, okay? But we'll announce it in the group to let you know when they're going to be. We're going to try to do them weekly, but again, it's not going to be it's not going to be like Christmas week or whatever. You know, we go on vacations and stuff. So, but we'll do these as often as we can. Each call is recorded and archived. I am recording right now. I can see that. So the calls are recorded so that you'll have the library of calls. An accountability partner. Artemis did a phenomenal job of laying out the accountability partner program within Mentorship Masters, because you need accountability. You cannot, nobody succeeds alone. You cannot succeed alone. So that's all part of this. And there's a bunch of other stuff, freebies that you get as, you know, being part of this. We're going to be using Zoom, just so you guys know that this is what this is where we're going to meet. We have a Zoom room that can hold a lot of people, but as our group grows, and by the way, share Knolly Success Coaching with the people that, you know, let's not look at real estate as this thing that we have to hoard and that we can't share with other people. You know, we want to share with them as well, other real estate agents, so they can be successful. The last thing I wanted to mention in housekeeping, before I turn it over to Artemis to make a few announcements, if he has any, is that we're going to try to keep this very, very simple. Okay, I call it the KISS method. Some people say keep it simple, stupid. I don't like that. I say keep it simple, sweetheart, or keep it super simple. So our methodology is that when we come to you every single week, we're going to try to disseminate it down into an actionable item that's just, you know, maybe a couple of items that you can take action on, so that you're not overwhelmed. Because I know many of you, I've heard the comments, Artemis has heard them too, that many of you guys are in overwhelm, and that's not where we play. Okay, we don't play in the land of overwhelm. Okay, we want you to have ease and make your journey very prosperous and easy to do. So with that, Artemis, any words of wisdom, brother?
Yes, sir. So happy to be here. I'm so honored to be all you guys' coach and mentor. I am your coach. I'm not always here to be your friend. So I will invite you all to stretch and to play 125% in your business and your life. And this is all for you. Like Knolly and I created this all for you. Definitely take notes while Knolly is teaching. We move fast, but we're also moving at the quantum level too. And then for when I share my presentation, don't take notes. It's going to be interactive. I'm going to have you using your language, your words. I want you chatting and engaging with me too. Don't take any notes during my presentation. And so let's begin, Knolly.
Sorry, I'm just putting a chat in. I see people chatting, boy. I like chat. You know, in fact, I might have to close my chat box for now, because that's a distraction for me. You guys know, Artemis, you know how distracted I get. So I have to, that's one of the reasons why I stopped watching the news about 14 years ago. I haven't watched a single newscast, and that's probably not a good thing, but I haven't watched a single newscast since COVID-19 came out. In fact, I haven't watched one in 14 years. Why? Because a lot of that stuff is brainwashing. Okay, that's what this media is. Just to be. I read Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Work Week, and Artemis has a whole new level of going extreme with your what digital sanitizing? What do you call that, Artemis?
Digital hygiene, baby.
Digital hygiene, baby. So anyway, okay. So let me share my screen, and this is what I want to present to you guys today. I want to talk to you, and let me move some of these things. Sorry, I got stuff everywhere, guys. Hey, what do you see? Do you see this video opening up, guys?
Yes, we do see the video.
Let me turn that off. Let me move this. Okay, here's what I want to present. And let me go into share mode. No, let me not. All right, so I want to talk about 5 actions to take right now to guarantee, let me move this out of the way, your success in the upcoming down economy. Okay, now, by the way, I used to use the word down market, but I don't use the word down market anymore. I say down economy. By the way, is my music too loud, Artemis? Can you hear that music in the background?
No.
Okay, good. I got some Baroque music playing in the background just a little bit. So what are the top 5 actions? And I'm going to actually kind of rattle through these. I did a presentation yesterday where I went through these a bit slower than I'm going to do them now. But to kind of unpack it more, we can unpack it through the rest of this. But I want you guys to understand some big picture concepts here. Okay, what you have to understand is on the backside of COVID-19, there's going to be a huge, absolutely big, phenomenally big opportunity for listings. Why? Because a lot of people are going to be moving around. I call it a shuffling of the deck. It's almost going to be like musical chairs. People are going to be moving around. They're going to be shuffling the deck, and they're going to be thinking, hey, what do I need to be doing right now to cut my expenses? And one of the biggest things that they can do to cut their expenses, okay, is going to be to downsize. Okay, so let's look at these. Number 1, I want you to shift your mindset. Okay, Artemis is going to really bring a lot of the training on this later on. But one of the books that my coach Artemis turned me on to is called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I think I have my copy here. Right here it is, right here. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. This is one of the most powerful books that has helped me to absolutely change my mindset. And it's also available on Audible, okay? And oftentimes when I ask people, what percentage, and I want to ask you guys right now, what percentage of your success do you believe is mindset? Okay, throw it in the chat for me. Throw it there in the chat. Let me see. What percentage of your success do you believe is mindset? Okay, somebody says 100. Somebody says 90%. Okay, Carissa says 90%. Gabriel is, I think Gabriel was 90. Sham is 100. 75, 90%, 80%. Okay, so and here's the thing, guys. And some people say 50. Melissa says 50% mindset, 50% action. I like that, Melissa, but we're going to shift that for you during the duration of the time that we're having our coaching time together. Because action, and action is super important. Action I put right next to mindset on my 8 wheel. But it's actually not quite 50-50. We'll learn that later. Don't worry about that. We'll learn that later. But I'm happy to see you guys. Most people say it's going to be anywhere from 80, 90 to 100%. So the number one thing that we need to do right now is shift the way we think. In fact, I got to tell you guys, if your mindset had already shifted, those of you that got caught with your pants down, now not everybody did, but I've already talked to quite a few of you, and you've told me things like, Knolly, man, I only have 2 weeks of savings. I've only got a month of savings. I can't make it through 3 weeks. I can't make my mortgage payment. I can't make my rent this month. I've heard you guys saying those kinds of things in the chats that we've been having. Okay. So what you're going to want to do, and I'm talking about the backside of this. I'm not talking about what to do right now to go get a loan to pay your, to buy groceries. I'm talking about let's do some big things right now while we're, in quarantine. Let's make some big decisions, some big moves to do some big things so that on the backside of COVID-19, we all can come out very profitable. Because make no mistake about it. Let me say this, make no mistake about it. On the second half of 2020, if you play your cards right, okay, you might have your pants down right now. That's okay. But on the second half of 2020, you could make as much as the full year 2020 or double. Okay, because this market that COVID-19 is throwing us is going to be one of the most phenomenal markets for listings that I've ever seen. Okay, just watch what happens. Now, so number one is to shift your mindset. Okay, now let's go to number two. Focus on the needs of your clients. Okay, number two is to focus on the needs of your clients. Now, what does that mean? The needs of your clients. Just look at this. The needs of your clients, guys, is going to be to right size. Okay. The guy that has the $800,000 house is going to need to go over to the 500,000. And the one with the 500 is going to need to go over to the 300. Okay. Now, right now, what do your clients need more than anything else? Right now, like right now today. Let me hear that. What do they need? Somebody says, Yenny says, yeah, I hope so. I hope this will be a better market. I'm going to show you why that's going to be in a minute. What do your clients need? Confidence, someone to be there for them, knowledge, reassurance, assistance, encouragement, cash. I like that one. Moral support, be healthy and encouraged. Yeah. Optimism, reassurance. Yeah, I like those. You guys have some great answers. What your clients need more than anything else. What your clients need more than anything else, guys, is they need to hear from you. Let me say it again. Your clients need to hear from you. Okay. Don't be hiding, guys. You're a leader. You want to get out and get up in front, stand up, be recognized, and you want to be that realtor that called them in the middle of COVID-19. They'll remember that for the rest of their life. I got to tell you, Elizabeth Riley, I was just had a call with her last week. She just picked up the phone, started calling her clients just to see how they're doing. Are you okay? Do you need anything? One of her clients told her, she said, you know what I need? I need to sell my house. Elizabeth said, okay, we're going to get your house sold. But here's the thing, we might have to wait. This lady has a $2 million home, and she recognizes, like a whole wave of people are going to be doing, they're going to be recognizing that they need to liquidate. They need to move on. Now, what's number three? Master the listings game. Okay. You got to master the listings game. You guys know I wrote the book Success with Listings. Okay. And every single one of you, you're in success coaching, you get this book for free. All you got to do is download it. Okay. Go to unit number 2. Artemis put it there. It's called Success with Listings. Why do a lot of agents not want to jump into this? A national bestseller. A lot of people have told me it's the best guide that they've ever, it's their Bible. Okay. But why? Because it's 430 pages. And, Artemis was like, man, I realize I'm dealing with real estate agents. I know a lot of you guys don't like to read. I read, 2 to 3, 1 or 2 books a week. Okay. You guys that have watched me know I love to read. I'm a voracious reader, but I wrote this as a reference manual. So for right now, only read chapters 1 through 10, right? You got a little quarantine time. Go ahead and read chapters 1 through 10 of Success with Listings. Okay. Make sure you do that. Very, very important. Now, the number 4 that I want to talk about is you got to pick, and the reason why I'm telling you number 3, guys, is because the listings game is about to get real nice for the ones that master the game, that are in business. Okay. And by the way, in the short sale days, remember those of us that cared to learn short sales. Okay. I mean, I've never had a year where I made more money than the years during short sales. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had 126 listings at one time? At one time? I did. They're called short sales. Okay. Now, the new market is not going to be throwing us a bunch of short sales, guys. That's good news because most people have equity, but they still need to sell. Okay. Number 4, pick and master a listing niche. You got to do this. Okay. And people ask me, Nolly, what are the niches, man? What do I focus on? What do I get out with? Well, let me give you the top 5 right now. I'm going to share those with you. Number 1 is going to be pre-NODs. Okay. Now we're going to go kind of fast on this one, guys, because why? Because we're actually going to be unpacking this in our future calls together. Okay. You might not even know what NODs are. Don't worry about it. I'm going to unpack all this when we have future calls together. Artemis and I have already charted out the next 12 calls with you guys, the next 12 Zoom calls. And we're actually going to unpack every single one of these niches so that you know what it is and how to get involved. Pre-NODs means pre-notice of defaults, okay? Now, 1 month ago, one of my colleagues, Christoph, pointed out that in Tampa, the notice of defaults was up 400%, okay? This is before COVID-19 really came on strong. 400%, the increase in foreclosures. In other words, when somebody misses 1 or 2 payments, they get a notice of default, okay, letter. And as soon as those notice of defaults hit, you know, wouldn't you like to be the one to get notified so that you can potentially pick up that as a client or listing? That's going to be a hot niche, okay? The second is going to be old expireds. Guys, I got to tell you, old expireds is going to be huge. That's people that try to list their home in 2016, 2017, 2018, even in 2019. Those old expireds are going to be thinking now, hey, it's really going to be a time, because here's the thing. We never had a bubble in this market. So we're not going to see a huge dip in pricing of homes. There might be a slight dip, but it's not going to be a huge dip in pricing, guys. Okay. That's not what this recession is going to be about. Okay. It's going to be a whole different thing. I mean, you got people out of jobs, out of work. You got half the country shut down. That's what this recession is about. So old expired is going to be the second one. 3 is going to be your sphere of influence. Okay. Contacting them and letting them know, hey, you think you got that $800,000 house? And I've got a list right now of 862 homes that are priced around 400 to 450,000. Now I know, you know, Gene, I know, Carolyn, I know, Samantha, whoever you're calling, I know that you love your $800,000 house, but have you ever thought about downsizing to a house at 450,000? I've got a whole list of them, and we can start going to see them next week or tomorrow, or whenever the time is right. Now remember, these are activities that you're going to start doing, you know, when the time is right. You can't get out there. Some of you guys can't get out there and do it now, but I'm preparing you. You're going to want to go watch this video a couple times so that you're prepared and so that you have an amazing 2020. Okay. Now, number 4 is going to be probate. That's a niche that you should really understand and know. And number 5, divorce. Okay. Divorce. Yes, you're going to see, you know, people are in close quarters for the next 6 weeks. Okay. And some people that were on the fence that were about to get divorced or thinking about divorce, they've been thinking about divorcing for years. They're going to go ahead and start making some decisions, right? Because this COVID-19 is causing us to question every decision that we've made in life. Did I go to the right school? Did I marry the right person? I mean, people are making some big question marks in their thought patterns right now. Okay. So these are the 5 niches that I see coming up, and I'm going to give you 2 bonus niches. Okay. 2 bonus. I'm going to over deliver for you. The 6, number 6. Now these are all 5 are seller related, but I'm going to give you a 6th and 7th one that are buyer related. Number 6, you're going to see a boom in new home construction over the next 18. Once COVID-19, my prediction is around early July, we'll kind of have a lot of this behind us. The sun will shine again on us. I know that's a long way away, but that's kind of what I see. In the aftermath of this, for the next 18 months, after that, you're going to see a boom in new home construction. What we call the new affordable housing will emerge. Okay. And those are going to be $300,000-$400,000 houses, right? But they're affordable homes. So people are actually going to be downsizing into a home that they can afford. I've got a friend of mine that just listed a $4 million house last week, $4 million. And the guy put in $350,000 in landscaping just a couple months ago. before COVID-19 hit. You think he would be putting in $350,000 in landscaping today? No, he would not. So there's going to be a boon in that. And then the seventh one is going to be renters going into home ownership. Okay. Renters going into home ownership, because trust me, even though there's a moratorium against foreclosures, and so the homeowners are not going to get stuck as bad as they could have, okay, because they're not going to be able to be foreclosed on. There's going to be a lot of people that are renting right now that are going to be hurting, okay, and they're going to be thinking down the road, man, maybe I should own a house, okay. So those are the 7 niches, guys, that I see that you need to start focusing on. Now, here's the cool thing: you only need to focus on 1 or 2 of these. Okay, let me say it again. You only need to focus on 1 or 2 of these niches, okay? And number 5, this is so important, is to do the 2, okay? One of the big reasons why a lot of us are in this situation now, if you don't have any money in the bank, is because you didn't do the 2. You didn't do what Uncle Knolly told you to do. And I've been teaching this for years, okay? But what is the 2, okay? Lead generate 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. You got to do it, guys. I have a coaching client that I've been coaching for the last year, and he just made a commitment last week to do the 2. Okay. I've got another client that I coach that made the commitment right when I started coaching her, and she works 4 hours a day. Last year, she made $90,000. Okay. This year, she's on track to make $150,000 working 4 hours a day, guys. She's got money put away. She's got money put away for times like this. Okay. And so, not getting after you guys, but I'm telling you, even now, you've got to do the 2 every single day from 9 to 11. You should be doing lead generation. I call it a 2x4, Monday through Thursday, doing your lead generation every single day. Well, Knolly, what should I do right now? I'm in quarantine. You should be picking up the phone, going through your data. You should, number 1, be cleaning up your database. Artemis is working on his. He's doing a diligent job, great job doing it. He's got over 2,000 contacts on his phone. He's going through every single one and classifying them. Remember, you've got A contacts, B contacts, C contacts, and D contacts. D stands for delete, okay? So go through, clean up your database, contact your people. 9 to 11, that's what you should be doing during this time. And after this, don't worry, we'll teach you exactly what to do during your lead generation time and exactly what to say during your lead generation time. Guys, we're here for you. Again, anybody that you know that needs the success coaching that we provide, it's right here for them, knolly.com. They can go, they can sign up for the free success coaching that we offer. Hey, that's my part in this, guys. I want to turn it over to my man, Artemis. I see the chat box is blowing up. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Artemis, good. Artemis is taking notes for me. I appreciate that. So hey, I love you guys. We're here for your success, and make sure that you go back and practice these 5 things, okay, over the next 6 weeks or the next 4 weeks, however long we're cuddled up, okay, and huddled together for the next 5-6 weeks. This is the stuff that Uncle Knolly and Artemis Prime are challenging you. I like that word. We're challenging you to do.
All right. Hey, everybody. So this is part 2 of our presentation. We're going to do it in this format for the next few months. And everyone take a deep breath in. Really allow your breath to flow freely and easily. What I'm going to be sharing with you today is just an introduction. I have 20 years professional training, 55,000 hours of professional experience. And I've been down the rabbit hole a few dozen times. I also have a background in 4 major spiritual paths. And so what I'm going to be sharing with you today is your inner game connected to your outer game. Now, Knolly and I teach from both sides. We talk about mindset and action. And I'm going to be leaning a little bit more into mindset. I have a lot more I can give you later on once we lay this foundation. So these first few videos are really foundational. And I was really praying to God and Creator, how can I be of best service? And I was shown, teach them about the basics of the subconscious mind. We all have a subconscious mind. We need to understand what it is, how we communicate to it, how we repattern it, how we start to impress upon it, divine laws and divine truths. And so today, just an introduction. I'm going to be sharing some significantly profound information with you. Don't take notes, just take it in. And then know that as we move forward, I'll be giving you a lot more actions and things to do that will generate results in your finances, results in your leads, results in your partnerships, results in your invincible, positive mental attitude. Let's dive in. All right, go into full screen. So forgive the slideshow here. I was updating an old slide deck that I did about, I don't know, 7 years ago. So I taught this information 7 years ago to an audience of about 300 people from stage here in Austin, Texas. And so the first principle I want you to look at when it comes to your subconscious mind is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is the master key. Learn to love and accept the feelings that you're currently experiencing right now and listen to them. Every healing of your mind, body, and business is first and foremost a spiritual event. So learn to listen to your feelings, and that's what we call our emotional guidance system. Your emotions are tuning you in to your alignment with God or your resistance to God. Remember that. And aligning with spirit means aligning with law. God is law. The Bible is a book of laws. And so if we take the human qualities of the divine off of spiritual traditions and we really understand God is law, we can have a much more obedient relationship and also powerful, successful, leverage relationship, because what I'm going to share with you today are laws. So subtle energy fields is the gateway to your conscious and subconscious mind. One of my great teachers was Dr. Bob Marshall here in Austin, Texas from Premier Research Labs. Dr. Marshall was a biophysicist, a chemist, and a natural healer, creating some of those powerful supplements on the planet called Premier Research Labs. And he said the study of subtle energy fields will bring the greatest advances in medicine, ecology, and humanity. So we're going to go a little into the subtle energy fields of your body and your business. There's 3 levels of yourself. Everyone say with me, and this is where we get to be interactive right now. So I want you to say with me, I feel. Say, I feel. Say, I think. And now say, I am. Now, when you say I am, I want you to put the emphasis on M. I is identity, M is action. Everyone say it again, I feel. I think. I am. Now, you are all 3 of these things simultaneously. In your real estate business, you carry a subconscious mind, a conscious mind, and a superconscious mind simultaneously. Now, how do you know that you have a subconscious mind? Go ahead and type it in the chat. I can't really see the chat right now, but type in, how do you know you have a subconscious mind? Type it in. How do you know that you have a subconscious mind? How do you know that every single agent, entrepreneur, business owner has a subconscious mind? It's because you feel. It's your feeling world. Now your feeling world is not all of your subconscious. Your feelings just are a way to access it. So I feel, I think, I am. There's 3 levels to yourself, and each one of these levels are operating in your business right now. To some of you, it's more conscious. To others of you, it's more unconscious. And so there's an ancient Huna teaching that says, seek always unity of the 3 levels of the self, working together in perfect harmony for the highest good of all life. Now, this teaching goes back 250,000 years. In Hawaii, their spiritual path is called Huna. Huna means secret. And Kahuna were the ancient masters of Hawaii who could perform miracles. And the Kahuna masters were the keepers of the secrets in the Polynesian spiritual path. And their spiritual tradition goes back 250,000 years. It is one of the most oldest oral traditions on the planet. And so the Hunas knew that we had 3 levels to ourself. They knew we had a Christ self, I am. They knew we had a conscious self, I think, I choose, I act. And they knew that we also had a subconscious self, which is I feel. You're going to be, you, as you come into alignment with the quantum field, are coming into alignment with these three levels of yourself. Carl Jung said, until we become conscious of what is unconscious, the outer world will rule our lives and we will call it fate. Think about that. Fear is your fate. Faith is your destiny and your success in your real estate business. And faith with works is life. So you're going to be taking actions based on those 5 niches and doing the 2 and working your SOI, your farm, and your niche. Those are the actions. And yet, how is your feeling world? Illuminating our subconscious mind can make our whole journey towards achieving success and flow in our business so much easier and more rewarding. Take a deep breath in. What is success? Is it more money? Is it more real estate deals? Is it more responsibility? None of these lead us to success. Ultimately, success is alignment. Great wise man who wrote the book, The Strangest Secret. Actually, it was a record album back in the 50s, Earl Nightingale. So it said that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That was Earl Nightingale back from the 50s. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy I am in you. I am that I am. I think, I feel. So what you're all going to be doing is checking in every day with your emotional body, coming into alignment with your I am, coming into alignment with subconscious, conscious, and superconscious. And know that emotional intelligence and your ability to focus right now in your business is key to your success. Later on, I'll be giving you more tools of how to clear emotions and get more aligned with your goals. And these are all the things I've been helping Uncle Knolly do for the past 4 years. And it's been fun to watch Knolly really grow and overcome. And all of us now get access to these tools. So it's not just your ability to come into alignment with your subconscious mind, it's also focus, guys. That's why I put unit number 1 as a digital hygiene practice, because once you guys clear the noise in your email and your smartphone, you get focused on doing the 2, you go out there, build your SOI, your farm, and your niche, you now have focus. So I'm reminding all of you that it's not just alignment with your subconscious mind, it's your ability to take your conscious mind like a laser and focus with alignment with your feelings. So it's emotional intelligence and focus. And emotional intelligence takes a little while to develop for some people. So focus on focus. Now here's another law, the scale of emotional harmonics. As we grow in our business, we're going to go through 7 levels of emotion: unconsciousness, apathy, grief, fear, anger, pain, enthusiasm. This is the scale of emotions. This is what's going to come up as you go out there and generate the lead, talk to the lead, convert the lead, move on to the next lead. You're going to be experiencing some of these emotions relative to the resistance or alignment you have. And so apathy is I don't care. And a lot of people, when the coronavirus hit, they went into apathy or fear or grief, loss. I'm going to lose everything, or fear of loss. So emotions don't make sense at all. And these are what these emotions turn into. Unconsciousness transforms into consciousness, awareness. Apathy into caring, what's your commitment? Grief into joy. Fear into faith and loving actions. Anger into authority and spiritual vision. Pain into ease and flow. And enthusiasm, love is our natural state. Those are our peak states when we're aligned with our flow and we're living our business and life in flow. This is also the blocks that show up in the body. I can't, I won't, confusion, numbness, anger, blame, judgment. I can't becomes I can. Everyone say I can. Say I can. I is identity, M is action. I can. Some of you, when you're doing the 2 every day, you're going to be saying I can do this because you're building that I can. Some of you going out to make those calls to the NODs or the calls to your existing sphere of influence, you might feel fear of what they think of you or fear of criticism and judgment. You're going to be saying I can and move through some of those fears. And faith with works is life. It's not just the faith, it's also the actions. I won't becomes I will. Confusion becomes clarity. Numbness becomes I can feel my feelings. Anger becomes I love and accept others just the way they are. Those pricks, I'm just kidding. And judgment becomes, I see perfection. 7 keys of conscious creation. I'm going to be unpacking these keys over the next 6 months. Visualization, imagination, affirmation, introspection, meditation, contemplation, and action. And really the most important thing for all of you to do right now is action. Because the rest can figure itself out. When you take enough actions, doing the 2 every day and going out there and generating leads, you'll get this. You'll get, God will show you the vision. You'll come into a place of introspection. A lot of the clients I've coached the past 3 months, teaching them their zone of genius, teaching them their flow. Once you understand your strengths and your weaknesses, then you come into introspection, which is, I'm going to go within and look at, okay, where am I strong and how can I build my sphere of influence from my strengths? That's it. That's introspection and contemplation. So some of you might have to contemplate where you're at in your business and look at, okay, what's holding me back? And how can I move forward with ease? Now, for those of you who are ready to start repatterning the subconscious mind and upgrading how you feel about your business, COVID-19, the new economy, how many people can say they're hopeful, but they still feel fear? How many people can say, oh, I know what to do, Uncle Knolly, but they're still experiencing apathy parts of their day? So one of my great teachers says there's 2 reasons we fail. Our feeling doesn't follow our attention, or we make the call and we expect we have to do everything to figure it out. And so this part of the instruction is about feeling following your attention. And in order to transform the subconscious mind, these are the 4 laws that we use: repetition, rhythm, simplicity, and deep feeling. Why did I tell all of you to clear the noise and distraction first? Think about that. There's a reason I gave you that instruction in Unit 1 for all of us, is because if we're really going to change our behavior and our beliefs, we have to clear the noise, because the subconscious mind doesn't hear us if we're in reptilian brain. If we're living in fight or flight, got to, have to, must, if we don't have a clear system, a clear strategy, and 2 to 4 hours of uninterrupted time, we're not going to be able to create new healthy patterns in our subconscious. And so I'm reminding all of you, go back and to Unit 1 if you haven't watched it in the group, and keep clearing that noise. Get 2 to 4 hours of uninterrupted time. So as I start laying down these powerful truths, these powerful laws, you're not just dabbling in them, you're becoming them. There's a difference between dabbling, obsessing, hacking, and mastering. And I'm asking all of you to become leaders, masterful over your SOI, your farm, and your niche. And to become masterful, you get to become that leader you desire to be, which requires, for many of you, myself included, a repatterning of your subconscious mind, which only responds to repetition, rhythm, deep feeling, and simplicity. It's got to be simple, guys. You can't be doing like 4 hours of YouTube videos, 3 books, and 140 checks with your smartphone every day and change your subconscious. It's not going to happen. How many are thinking, man, I wish I knew this when I started my business? Tammy's raising her hands like, man, I really wish I knew this before I started the hustle in real estate. And, you look at Uncle Knolly 31 years later as an entrepreneur with a freaking huge SOI and a huge amount of brand identity, loyalty, and following. Knolly was doing this stuff 20 years ago, guys. He's unconsciously competent at it. Why do the successful people like Knolly and Brent Gove and Jay Kinder, why do they make it look easy? Is because they did the work already. And it was hard sometimes. Apathy. And then they went, oh boy, here's next level grief. And oh, fear. And yet they had a system, they had a mentor, they plugged in. And so as I want to give you, to close out the class today, I want to give you one positive, creative decree and affirmation. Remember in scripture, in scripture, not religion, it says, decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. By our words we shall be justified, and by our words we shall be condemned. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So you can write this down if you want to take notes again. I create life-giving partnerships, and I feel fully supported. Say that. I create life-giving partnerships, and I feel fully supported. So, we're a family. We're here to help each other succeed and thrive at all levels of life and business. I create life-giving partnerships. Make sure all your clients, customers, and referrals are life-giving partnerships. I create life-giving partnerships, and I feel fully supported. So just focus on that one thing for a week. Simple. Deep feeling, repetition, and rhythm. Remember, your subconscious mind responds to repetition, rhythm, deep feeling, and simplicity. One affirmation, one decree for 7 days. One prayer. I now create life-giving partnerships and I feel fully supported. And use that out loud. And if it feels silly, do it anyway. And what you'll notice is, are you in alignment with that? Or do you have tension in your body? That's the dissonance in the subconscious that can come into harmony, coherence through repetition, rhythm, and deep feeling. I now create life-giving partnerships and I feel fully supported. Try that on for the next 7 days, and then we'll jump in and give you some more tools later. I love you all. Thank you for being here, and I'll pass it back to Uncle Knolly. Now, Knolly, if you want to do Q&A at the end, I recommend we stop the recording now and jump into Q&A.
No, we'll record the Q&A. So
Okay.
I like that. Really good stuff, Artemis. We're getting a lot of good comments. You can kind of go through and check out the comments as well. And remember, guys, let me throw this to you, Artemis, because a lot of people, in fact, I've heard some people say, man, this is like pretty heavy stuff. Okay. By the way, guys, if you don't intend to talk, please mute yourself. Let me go through and mute everyone, Artemis. You might have to unmute yourself. Hold on. Let me mute all. Okay. Okay. All right. So Artemis, you have to unmute yourself because I muted everybody. Some people are saying, man, this is all good stuff. We love it. And some people have never heard this kind of stuff. And this is the kind of stuff I've immersed myself with since I've hired you as a coach. A lot of times people just they want to do one thing, and that's this. They want to take action. And I just want to address that real quick because what a lot of people, and this is the secret sauce, what a lot of people miss is that they're running 100 miles an hour, booking, man, boom, boom, boom. They go down the wrong road. And they're booking. They're getting nowhere fast, okay? Because they've never taken the time to go within, know thyself, okay? And really unpack that. Now, let me read a quote. This is very, very, from the power of your subconscious mind, guys. This is an important quote. And this is powerful. You want some heady stuff. Listen to this. There's Joseph Murphy, okay? This guy's one of the premier, Artemis turned me on to this guy, one of the premier quantum thinkers. And he says there's 2 principal causes for failure, okay? Do you have failure in your life? Have you failed? Okay. Have you failed yourself and your family? Okay. Many people have, and many of my coaching students have. They can recognize that they failed. Hey, I failed. I filed bankruptcy. I lost a business. I've lost a home to foreclosure. I lost 2 houses. Okay. I failed. Okay. And one of the things I had to do, I said, that was a failure. I didn't win that game. I didn't win that hand. It's okay. It's no big deal. No judgment. There's no blame. It's just the way it rolled. So he says there's 2 principal causes for failure. I want you to write this down. It's very important to understand this. Okay, number 1, lack of confidence. Okay, number 1, lack of confidence. And number 2, you'll never guess this in a million years. This guy, PhD, studied, psychotherapist, studied tons and tons and tons of stuff, right? He said the second reason is too much effort. Okay. Lack of confidence is the number 1 principal reason of failure. Lack of confidence. Because when you don't come in and you're confident, nobody's confident. Because if you project doubt, okay, even scripture says, if the person comes in with any amount of doubt, let not that man or woman believe that they will receive anything. Okay. You just canceled out your blessing. Well, I'm not sure if I can get it done. Oops, that's the delete button. See, doubt is the delete button. As soon as you start doubting, done, you ain't gonna get it. Because any small amount of doubt is just it's like a delete button on your computer. Okay. And you can have a whole 2-3 pages of affirmations. And guess what? When you start to doubt, all you got to do is highlight everything and just delete it, because that's what you just did. Okay. So when you have doubt and when you have worry and when you have fear, you can't get nothing. You're not going to get anything with that attitude. Okay. So let me say it again. The principal reasons for failure, there's only two. Number one is lack of confidence. And number two, too much effort. Too much effort. A lot of you guys are like, man, let me just do stuff. And you're doing stuff. See, when I was working in real estate, I worked 3 hours a week. And I guarantee you, I made more money. Okay, we're talking cash. We're talking money. I like money. I'm okay with money. I made more money than 90% of the real estate agents in America. I worked 3 hours a week in real estate. You guys are confusing effort with success. And the people that work the least make the most amount of money. I got to tell you. I mean, it's no secret. Just go look at it. Okay. I own companies. I know I got people that work in those companies. Okay. Anyway, that's my little rant. But a lot of times, Artemis, people want to they're like, man, what do I do? And I'm like, dude, you already been doing and screwing everything up. You need to stop doing, go within. And right now, guess what? You on quarantine, baby. So people are like, what do I do right now to make money? You wasn't making money before. You wasn't making money before. Now you want to know what to do to make money. You're broke. Okay. So here's the thing. Now I paid off my house 5 years ago. I got the right to talk to you guys this way. Okay. And listen, I love you. Okay. You're talking to a man I've been doing this for 32 years. It's 32 years since I pushed a paycheck, and I will never push a paycheck ever in my life from anybody. Okay. I will never I won't rent myself out by the hour, and I will never put the fate of my livelihood and my family in the hands of another. Will not do it ever. Okay. It would never happen. Okay. But too many of my students want to do more stuff. They want to get shit done. And it's the principal reason for failure. That's what Dr. Joseph Murphy says. Artemis, what do you think on that?
Man, I love what you're saying. And it's so insightful. A lot of you right now will contemplate what we've said and just see how it applies to your own life. Because we're all at different levels. Every one of us is at a different level. And like my mentor, JT said, every level has its devil. So there's always a way we're pushing through and finding that next ease and joy and flow. And you're all going to be tested, and you keep your focus on these basics and principles that we're sharing with you with, do the 2 in Successful Listings, chapter 1 through 10. And then when it comes to your subconscious mind, be easy on yourselves. A lot of us are really hard on ourselves, and we think that, oh man, I tried everything and it doesn't work. And then we hold ourselves back. Once you put the blinders on and you start doing the 2 and you get focused, the patterns start to shift because of your focus. The patterns start to change and morph and grow because of the new focus and clarity that you're attaining in the Knolly Success Coaching Club. And this is, Knolly's talking about the inner game plus action. The action is not enough, and yet the action is required. And as you get into the right actions, what are the right actions? Successful Listings, chapter 1 through 10. Take it step by step. I'm doing it right now very humbly. As much as I've learned about my field of mastery and expertise, I'm a humble student right now, just humbly jumping in and doing the work as well. So, Knolly, do we have any questions?
Yeah, mostly just comments. You guys are really loving this stuff. Man, I really appreciate each and every one of you. I think it's a good idea, Artemis, like you said. We'll stop the video. That way we don't make the video too long. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to stop the recording. But before I do, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, okay, after the fact, you're watching this free video, free training, because we're going to be coming at you. We love doing stuff for free. Why? Because we're answerable. Artemis and I are answerable to an almighty God who asks us to do things, and we're just obedient sons. Okay. It's like, look, I didn't want to make a free, you think I want to make a free program? This is Uncle Knolly you're talking to. I'm like getting paid for my stuff, right? But when the Holy Spirit said, man, you making this free. I said, what you mean free? He said, who paid off your house? I said, I paid off mine. He said, let me ask you again, son, who paid off your house? And here's the reality, Artemis. You know how my house, now, Almighty God is my source, right? But you know how my house was paid off? I went around the country. I hit 70 to 100 cities with my Success with Listing tour. The agents came out, they showed up, they supported Uncle Knolly, they bought my toolkit and all the stuff to help them succeed, okay? And I took that money and paid off my house, okay? Now is my chance to get, because ain't nobody come take my house, baby, okay? Now, if my house gets taken, we got something real wrong going on in this country, right? So it's our chance to give back. But if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to join us for this free coaching. Knolly.com is where you sign up. We're going to be coming to you every single week and helping you to succeed to your ultimate greatness. Love you.